Getting rid of cable has never been easier. Streaming services have given consumers access to movies and TV shows at cheaper prices on their schedule. But now the space is more crowded and prices are fluctuating wildly. Yahoo Tech editor Dan Howley joins us now. Dan, the trend is still in favor of cutting the cord, but why are people maybe rethinking the decision?
It's exactly like you said. Prices are changing across the board. You have Netflix increasing prices. You have Hulu increasing prices for its TV streaming, but then lowering prices for its ad-supported streaming. Amazon Prime's prices change every couple of years, which impacts the Amazon TV or video service. So I mean, people are looking back at cable and thinking, should we actually change? We look at these packages, cable, TV, internet, and people think, oh man, that looks like a good deal. Should I stick with it? Overall, I would say that obviously streaming is still the way to go. I'm still a big fan of that. I think Netflix is really probably the best value you can get overall as far as pairing it up with your internet package. Outside of that, if you really want to get live TV, take a look at Sony's PlayStation Vue. That gives you a huge amount of content for little cost, especially when you pair it with, say, a 60 megabit per second internet connection. That's about as fast as you'd probably need for a few people in a house streaming video at the same time. That's really a good deal, and it'll knock the price off of the back end when you have versus a cable and internet package.
You know, Howley, it does kind of feel like you could spin it another way, right? Where if people just want to pay for cable, then Netflix could probably just charge more and people would get rid of the other services, right? You'd ditch Sling if you just had to go with one more expensive thing. And I guess the other side is like, okay, we know that all these services are annoying. It's been a recurring story that it's very hard to put together a coherent package with Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. It's also very difficult to navigate between the apps. But if that's the future, then young people like us, right, starting our households, we're probably just going to deal with it. I mean, I don't really think cable is attractive, even if it's easier.
No, not at all. I mean, the big problem with cable for a lot of people is the prices increase every year. You sign up for a plan, you get 12 months, and then, boom, my plan was $49. Next year, it's $89. And oh, by the way, on top of that, you're going to have to pay an extra $18.25 a month if you have Xfinity, because you have to pay for local cable fees, broadcast fees, and then sports fees. Oh, and on top of that, you're going to have to pay fees for your cable box and your DVR, and then, if you're getting your internet through them, your router and your modem. So there's all these hidden fees that go along with cable. If you get something where you just have an internet package versus, say, 3 different streaming services, it's going to be a lot easier because those prices are what you'll pay. Cable companies like to hide those fees so that you think that you're getting away with it. I really think that, like you said, if it comes down to you having 3 or 4 services, there are companies like Apple with their Apple TV that are trying to make it easier to understand what's on at any given time, where it kind of gives you one of those, what was it, the program listing for different services. They'll do that now with PlayStation Vue and Netflix and Hulu. So that's really kind of the way it seems to be going, where providers will give you an idea of what's playing rather than the old channel guide that you used to futz with your big remote on cable.
Yep. All right. Dan Howley, Yahoo Finance's tech editor, live in our newsroom.